plugging in this Boss Overdrive distortion pedal into this thing. So check this out, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on the most bare bones settings possible. Everything is like pretty much, right now the cabinet is set to the Greenback 412. It's on the EL34 tube with the center microphone, and the top microphone over here on the top dial is the 421. So this is what it sounds like with just the distortion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the cab sim first. So it's a lot more believable now. It's you know, but then what they did was they added this power amp section. So once you click that on, all of a sudden it just takes it to a whole other level. So one of the things that you can adjust here before I start getting into the changing of the actual tubes is you can adjust the drive, which is how hard the supposed tubes are getting hit. So here it starts to smooth out a little bit, and it starts getting a little more rounded. Like it's very interesting. So it's a pretty good sound, but what I would do is we can change the cabinets. So that was the Greenback 412. Now I'm going to try the V412. And I prefer that one because it's just got this like crazy. You can literally imagine the cabinet kind of like being pushed, like pushing air. It's really quite amazing. So, and if you wanted to adjust that to taste, you can adjust a few things. I mean, since that's such a good sound already as it is, I can shift through the microphones here. That's a 421. And now we're going to go 57. Still pretty good, but they're very tonally similar. So let's go for something a little more radical and try a U87, which is a condenser microphone. And it's a lot darker, so you can approach this one of two ways. You can either put the presence knob up to bring up all the treble on the power amps. Sounds pretty good, but you can also change the preamp tubes, or sorry, the power amp tubes. So this is an EL34, which is a pretty well-rounded. Bring that back up here. Okay, and then you can try 6 V6s. There's going to be a jump in volume, so I might have to back off to compensate, and then it's going to be a lot thicker. So you can tell the bottom end is a little more like well-rounded and whatnot. So I'm going to try to. Then you can go the other extreme of taking it to the third notch, which is EL84s, and that's what's going to give you that sort of like the crispness. So what I would do in that, I would back off the presence a little bit and add a little makeup gain because you lose some volume there. One thing that I can really appreciate about this signal path, you're really just going from your distortion pedal into this thing, into your digital audio workstation, and the latency is almost not-existent. A lot of times when you're running software that's like, you know, using a lot of plugins, or you're using like a standalone multi-effects processor, you can lose that feel, that tangible feel. Like it still feels like I'm playing through an amp, even though it's just two pedals. like a pretty usable sound. I really like it, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's kind of hard to find a bad sound on this thing from what I've noticed. So I mean, one thing that we can also do is you can adjust the positioning of the microphone. So if you wanted it to be a little less bright, you can try, that's dead center, so then now you can go in the middle. This is dead center. And then you can go to the middle. And then you can go to the edge. The tweakability of it all is just what's so appealing. Like, even if it's a little bit dull now that you're at the edge, you can just bring up the presence a little bit. And then if we wanted to sort of deviate from all of that, the R121 microphone, it's a lot more milder on the top end, but